We talk with leaders about creating a learning organization. One way that you can challenge yourself to really drive that culture behavior is through the transparency of communication, using communication as a tool to create a learning environment for your organization. And one thing you can learn through are the actions that your organization is taking. But if every action is delayed until perfection, there's really not that much learning going on. And any leader that we work with knows the frustration of seeing teams wait and wait and wait till they have perfect insight to take a next step. So that relationship between action and outcome is an important one to consider. If I'm in your organization, every single day I'm making countless decisions about whether or not I'm going to do something. Am I going to send an email, make a call, close a deal, fill in the blank, right? So I'm either choosing to do something or I'm choosing not to take that action. And that action will either be successful or a failure, right? And now, me 6 layers down from you, we could both agree that we're both happy here if I do something that succeeds. And in most cases, we are both probably happy if I choose not to do something that would have been a massive failure to the organization and caused existential risk, right? So here, generally, at least we think we're both happy. It's the relationship between the areas where I am choosing not to do something that in your mind would have been a success. You might have been happy and I might have been very uncertain what the outcome will be there. And in my mind, when I've chosen to do something that has failed and I am necessarily sad there, and you might be unsure whether or not that's actually a failure or not, because perhaps we learned something. So in driving a very transparent and inclusive communication models, leaders can reset the relationship between these two parts of this diagram and show their teams that, look, as the senior leader, when it comes to real risk down here are the things that I'm actually worried about. It's not that big of a worry to me. And here, beyond this line, let's say, this area over here, these are the unrecoverable errors. I can't allow us to push this far and start having existential problems happening. But everything beyond that is worth taking the chance. So let's open up our willingness to take these opportunities. I'm worried about the things you're not doing here because you're unsure whether it will succeed. Let's push ourselves to work harder and accept some risk. But to say that in a strategy document at the top of the year that says we want to fail fast and learn, etc., that's one thing. To communicate with regularity and transparency to your team and constantly look for examples where people may have been normally incentivized not to take action, but they chose to, and maybe it didn't work out exactly right, but it was well beyond the cut line of unrecoverable risk, and therefore we've learned as an organization. That cultural tone can only be set by leaders at the top.